Whew. Well, this surprised me. I woke up today with just a little bit of snow on the ground, and well, this happened. Look at this, seriously. Like, just a couple days ago, it was plus 14 degrees and sunny outside with no snow on the ground, and now it looks like this. The fucking North Pole came to our house. I was not expecting this at all, so how about we go inside and I will show you the basic car winter survival kit that I put together, and we'll talk a little bit about it and what's all its features. Ain't fucking leaving this door open. Whew. Anyway, hello everybody, welcome back. So today we're going to be going through the pièce de résistance, the most important thing for me during winter, which is my car survival kit. Something that we'll need for if a Yeti attacks us, if we drive off the road, if we get a punctured tire, we run out of gas. A Yeti. Okay, maybe not a Yeti, but you fucking get the point. It's actually getting kind of hot in here. I have that fucking thing turned on. Let me take off my jacket. Here is the kit that I put together. So I have it in 2 bags. This is all the tools that I feel like at least I'll need for solving minor issues, and then also I got retrieval assistment gear in here, and I'll talk a little bit more about that once we get into that kit. In this one is my warm clothes kit. So pretty much you're not always going to be in the correct clothing. If you get into a situation, you might be in a suit, you might be in just a t-shirt and a jacket if you're like just driving down to the store or whatever. So having a good pair of clothes at hand at all times is a absolute godsend and an absolute must-have. So let's go through the tools first, and then we'll look at the clothing after. Okay, so let's start off with the most situation appropriate, and let's start off with the snow maintenance gear. So there's 2 important tools that you want to have for snow maintenance, and that is maybe the most important is going to be an ice scraper. An ice scraper, this is something that you'll use pretty much every day during snowy season. Not only is this good for scraping your windshields on your car, but also get one with a brush. Now, why a brush, you may be wondering? Well, first of all, when there's a brush, there's usually a longer handle. You don't need to be fucking scraping around with this piece of shit like this, where you'll get fucking snow on your fucking hands and you'll be cold for the rest of the fucking drive. So with this, you get a bigger handle, but you also get a brush. Now, this is going to be important for brushing off snow off your car. Last year, when in the middle of winter, no joke, more than once I had like this much snow on top of the roof of my car. It was crazy. I actually had to use my snow shovel a couple times to get rid of those, get rid of the majority of that, so then I could brush it off. Like, it was crazy. So get one with a brush and an ice scraper. Then you want a good collapsible snow shovel. Again, this is something that I have had to use a bunch of times because like my car has, I usually park, at least at my mom's house, I park my car on the street, and when the snowplow driver comes through, all the snow gets pushed up against my car, and then I always have to go and dig it out. And rather than trying to find some sort of shovel that you won't find when it's an emergency, it's nice to have a nice collapsible shovel in the back of your car. And this is one which I made myself. It's a collapsible shovel. It's pretty simple to use. You just unscrew this bolt right here. Actually, that was the wrong way. Hold on. Oh, it's just a little bit finicky, but you can get it done. You unscrew that bolt, flip it open. And I know it doesn't look the best, I'm aware, but it does work pretty good for what I need it. So I guess there's that. There you go, and there you have a nice, okay snow shovel. Now, if I would have to recommend you buy one, I would recommend buy one of those military snow shovels that collapse also for the handle. You can fit it into much smaller spaces, and those are made for the military, so you know those are gonna last for a while. And make sure that it's metal and very little plastic on it. Metal and wood, that's the go-to in my opinion. So yeah, that's basically for the snow maintenance. I'm not really comfortable putting more stuff in there because I just can't fit it, and I always try to look for stuff to take away instead of add, because if you just add and add and add a bunch of stuff, that thing, sure, it will technically be a more capable kit, but also it will be really heavy. And also having that much gear in there, you'll have to shuffle around and try to find that one thing that you're looking for. And with all that stuff, it's impossible. It's impossible in a hurry. All right, next up, let's go through something that you should have in your car year around. And that's, of course, tire maintenance and tire repair. So, of course, you're going to have a spare tire in your car, hopefully anyway. But if you don't, at the very least, you should have this. Now, this is a tire repair kit. If you get a puncture, you can repair, I don't know how big punctures you can repair with this, but at least your small punctures that you might get from a nail or something, you can repair it with this. Get a good one first of all, learn how to use it and put it into your kit. And then of course, if you have a spare tire, you'll need your tire wrench. Make sure to get a good one. Not all are made the same, especially the ones that you get with your car. Those aren't going to be that well made, to be honest. So buy a good quality one, like this one right here. I don't remember the brand, but this is nice metal, works out great. And also it's hollow, and that's really nice because if your bolts are on too tight, because some asshole put them too tight on your car, you can put in some sort of stick or something to use as an extender, and then you can really get some torque out of this thing. And when you get a good quality one, it will hold that torque. And then this I almost didn't put into the kit, but if you're going to be changing a tire in the field, you'll have to have a tire jack. And I took this one because, again, it's good materials, and it's also really compact. I'm not going to take a full-sized one like one of these, which I have down here. Hold on. I'm not going to take one of my big tire jacks because it's just won't fit into the kit, and it's also really heavy. I'm going to take a small one like this and be done with it. All right, and next up we have this stuff. Now this is of course to jumpstart your car. Now I am gonna carry some sort of jump starter battery like this, or jumper cables at the very least. This is a little bit too big, so I'm not gonna put this into my kit, but I have a smaller one somewhere which I'll put into this kit, but I just put this onto the desk just to give you an idea. So this, you can jumpstart your car. A lot of the time your battery in your car will be dead when you go to your car, especially if you have an older car. So having a jump starter at hand is going to be important. But if you don't have a jump starter and your battery is dead, here's a quick little hack that you can use. You can get some paracord. Then if you have a power saw in your car, that I have that because you never know what kind of situation you're going to get into. But get some paracord, grab your power saw, take off your bar and chain, and then thread this around your drive sprocket of your power saw, and then around the charger roll or whatever it's called on your battery, and then power your saw up, keep it at full throttle for I believe it's about 10 minutes, and then you should have sufficient battery charged up for you to start your car. And then if I don't have a power saw at hand, at the very least, I'm gonna have this. Now, you want a saw of some kind. You don't know, a big snowstorm can fell a big branch over the road or even a tree, and you want something to be able to cut your way through it. So if I'm not gonna be carrying a power saw, at the very least, I'm gonna carry this pocket chainsaw. It's nice because you can just coil it up, and it'll fit into a very small space, and it just goes into this bag. Now, I'm not going to be able to retrieve my own car out of the ditch, partially because I don't have a four-wheel drive car, and I don't have a tow winch or like a winch system on my car. I'm driving a Skoda Octavia. What do you expect? But if there's a good Samaritan that decides to help me out, and he has a winch on his vehicle, but he doesn't necessarily have assistment gear to winch me out of that ditch or whatever, at the very least I can at least get us started, or give us a little bit of hope at least to try to get my car out. So I have a strap at hand, and then Well, you know what this is. Yeah, one of these. And then finally, I didn't really know where to put this, but some zip tie. You never know what can detach from your or whatever it's called. Detach? Detox? No, that's not the right word. You never know what's gonna detach from your car, so having something to be able to strap it on temporarily is gonna be important. Tape is also good, but if I had to choose between tape and this, I would choose this. Now for the clothing kit. There it is. That was idiotic. Here's my thing. To be honest, the tools are great to have at hand, but if you're not willing to prepare that much, at the very least, have some warm clothing on you or with you. At the very least, do that. You can at the very least put a jacket into your car, a warm jacket, maybe a pair of gloves. That will take you a long way. So at the very least, please do that. This is a great plus, but this, to be honest, this is life and death. This right here is life and death. So yeah. Anyway, let's crack on into this. Okay, so here is the warm winter clothing. Everything that I might need if a situation arises. So first of all, let's go through the most important ones to the least important ones. Number one, a good warm jacket. Now I chose my flannel jacket for one specific reason. I've had like that puff jacket or that fur jacket that I had on in the beginning of the video. That's really nice, but I have gotten cold in that jacket. This, on the other hand, I have worn this in minus 25 to 30 degrees, and I haven't gotten cold in this. I don't know what this is made out of, but it's clearly flannel with a lining inside, but I've never gotten cold in this. I am as shocked as you are at that. So the flannel jacket will be the thing that's going to be in the kit, because I know I can trust it. Then a shirt that doesn't really breathe. This is a military surplus shirt that I've had forever, and the nice thing about this is it's a nice sturdy material and it doesn't breathe that well, so your body heat in theory should heat up this shirt pretty well. So that's what I like about it. So that's going to be my undershirt, and then just double secure or triple security, another sweater just for layering. Next up will be a good pair of gloves. You don't want frostbite, so having a good pair of gloves is essential. And I chose my leather work gloves because I just know these. I've used them a bunch, and I know their quirks and features, and they're just really, really good gloves. I just like them a lot. And again, I have a lot of experience with these gloves, so that's why I like them so much. Now, if I'm with a friend, I can't, and something would have happened, or there's somebody in my passenger seat, and something were to happen. I can't prepare for other people. I can only prepare for myself. I can't prepare for other people, but if I will need them to help me out in some sort of in the retrieval process or in the tire repair process, at the very least they should have a pair of gloves, and that's why I included a second pair of gloves. I can't put a full secondary winter kit into my bag. It won't fit all that in there. So but at the very least I can give them a pair of gloves to at least get something done with. Then to protect your head, you want a good beanie. I chose this one again because I've used it a bunch and I know how it works. But a good hat of some kind to cover your ears and keep you warm in the head. And then of course this is only going to cover this area of your head, but to cover your face, I have a muff in here. This is good. You can pull it over your face, and then it's going to cover all this, and it's going to heat up your face, which is going to be nice. Then you might not have the perfect pair of shoes on, but at the very least, I can't put a pair of shoes in here. I tried that. I tried to put my winter shoes into here. Didn't work. So I'm going to include a pair of wool socks. So at the very least, it will insulate me a little bit. And then a pair of work pants. Now this is not going to insulate me, or this is not going to this doesn't have any lining in here, so this is not going to insulate me that well. But at the very least I could throw this on top of the pants that I'm already wearing, and these pants along with those pants are going to insulate me enough. because at least for my body, what cools down the fastest is my core and my hand. So that's what I was trying to focus on most, so I can get my core temperature up and my the temperature in my hands up. But the rest of my body doesn't actually really take all that much damage from cold. So that's what I was trying to go for with this kit. So the more you know. There you go. So that is pretty much the full-on winter kit. Now, of course, like, I can't make you put together a kit like this, but at least I can tell you that this might look kind of like, you know, it might kind of look like I'm a big warrior and I worry too much or something like that. I don't know what this makes me look like, but I assure you, I am sure that everything's gonna go well this winter and I won't get into any accidents. Knock on wood on that. But if in the chance that I do, it's nice to be prepared than not be prepared. So yeah, I feel like it's always important to prepare. Even though I haven't always been the best at preparing for situations, I do believe that it's a good idea to at least try to prepare for situations that can arise. So yeah, that's why I put together this kit anyway. So anyway, hopefully you got something out of this video, and I hope you also enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like button in the face, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye now.